And hello to you. Good to have you with us. First of all, just tell me about these numbers. How are these being calculated, do you think?
I think, lots of people are using statistical models based on current infection rates and, trying to project the impact it's going to have, how many lives it might get affected by this. But it's very difficult to do, one has to just put in context the amount of people that you interact with on a daily basis, with handshaking and just general, human interaction. I think those numbers look a bit soft. I think it could potentially affect a lot more people, depending on how well the situation is contained by health authorities. And I mean, so far we haven't really been challenged on that, not really. And I hope that we don't get challenged on it, actually. But it's very difficult to actually put that in context for people right now.
When I saw some of the reaction to those numbers on social media, I think many would agree with you, especially the 1,000 jobs that could be affected. The 200 million rand, some would suggest that's probably close to the number, if not a bit more. The 1,000 jobs just based on what is happening in Italy, which had the very same reaction. They started shutting small cities down, more small towns. They seem to be on top of it. Yet, as we saw earlier with Slindelo, I'm sure you saw the numbers, Italy dealing with some 10,000 cases as well. Obviously, we don't want to get to a point where there's more, but this could have a real impact on our economy now and for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and also think about the second round effects. I mean, if there's anything that spreads faster than the virus itself, it's fear about the virus. If infections escalate in South Africa, many companies have already put in procedures in place for people not to come to work, to actually work from home. Now, if you think about it, that goes on 2-3 months. Just think about the impact that has on labor productivity. At the moment, many businesses are suffering because, China is integrated into their supply chain, whether you're an engineering business, a hotel operator, or even just a plain old services business. There's lots of dependence that you have on being able to get access to Chinese product or Chinese machinery, Chinese parts. If the country has to go into lockdown similar to Italy, I think the impact is going to run into the billions.
So as Sasfin Securities and those watching at the moment, what are you advising people? Where does Sasfin come into this conversation? How do you look at this? Because we spoke about the PwC numbers. What is Sasfin, what's the take on this, and what are they advising people to do?
So our main focus is obviously our clients. The impact it's having on their investments. That stock markets are in a frenzy about things. We get a 7% sell-off on one day, and the next day it goes up just 2.5%. So there's an intense downward reaction and a mild upward reaction in markets, and you can understand the clients are quite concerned and uncomfortable, about what this means for the long-term viability of their investments. We're advising people, firstly, it never makes sense to panic in any situation.
Don't panic buy, don't panic sell.
Don't panic buy or sell. Maintain your investment strategy. It seems like if you look at the infection rates, especially out of China, things are getting slightly better. It means that we're getting a bit of a better handle on this. Other countries, maybe not so yet, but it's still very early stages. When those infection rates start slowing down, will provide the market with confidence that the situation is at least being contained. But, maintain a diverse investment portfolio across asset classes, across geographies, and it's a little bit too late to panic right now. You actually don't want to be trying to sell off your whole investment portfolio thinking the world's going to come to an end. We've dealt with these sort of things many, many times in the past, and we've been successful at dealing with them.
We appreciate the advice coming in, especially not just for your clients of Sasfin, but many other people who might be wanting to let money vanish to other countries. Nesson, thank you very much indeed for coming in to speak to us. Nesson Nair from Sasfin Securities joining us here on Nightline.